Hi everyone and welcome to my new tier on my Patreon that I'm going to talk about today, the Apprentice tier. Whoop whoop! So this is a tier where I'm going to hold courses, and the first course that we're going to start off with in January of 2026 is a rune course I call Walk with the Runes. So that's what I'm going to talk about in this video. I'm going to talk about pricing, I'm going to talk about the layout of the course and what you will, the content that you will get when you are a member of this tier. And yeah, that's kind of what I'm going to talk about in this video. And I have a little surprise for you if you're interested in joining me on this tier, so keep a lookout for that during this video. So, where do we start? Welcome to Tier Apprentice, first of all. I'm so happy to be doing this. This has been a dream of mine for, I would say, two and a half years now, to have somewhere to hold a course and to hold it in English, being able to have people from all around the world, wherever you are, to join me, and you know, and have it be easy for both you and me, because it shouldn't be too complicated, you know. And I think it's so great that I can do this on Patreon. This will be an all English tier, so the only content in Swedish that you will see on this tier is that you will still have access to everything that happens on the first tier, that is the free tier. So every bonus video in English, only the English ones, I will also make sure that they are accessible for the Apprentice tier. And the same goes for the tier of Curious. And here's where there's a bit of Swedish content maybe coming into it all, because, you know, if you have any knowledge about my Patreon so far, if you've heard about it, maybe you are a member already, you know that when I host a live on that tier, the Curious tier, I host it in both Swedish and English, or I at least adjust to the people that join. So if everyone that joins live knows English, I stick to English, but sometimes I mix between languages, especially when I have rune drawing. So every month there's a rune drawing and everyone gets to ask a question to the runes, and when someone asks it in Swedish, I answer it in Swedish. So that is where you're gonna see some Swedish content, some Swedish words coming out from my mouth, you know. But on the tier of Apprentice, all the content will be in English. So to recap that, you're gonna have access to all the English content on the tier of the free tier, on the tier Curious, plus the live shows that I host on there. And tier Apprentice in itself is going to be an all English tier. So what's going to happen on this tier? I mentioned the course, a rune course. I call it Walk with the Runes. So when I practice runes, when I get to know runes, and how I live my life is walking with the runes from Urus to Fehu in a cyclic way. So I'm always walking with runes, and I don't just walk with them from Urus to Fehu, because when I walk with the runes of the year or from my rune spread, they are not from Urus to Fehu in that order. They are you know, personal to me, but most often I walk with them from Urus to Fehu in cycles, because that's kind of how you not just best get to know them, but it's also a healing way, a healing path. And walking from Urus to Fehu is wonderful in a way that when you start working with Urus, you gather a lot of energy and you work with the energies of that rune that is, you know, connecting to the source. And then you have that connection when you start walking all the way through the Uthark. And for every step, for every rune, something new happens, and this will manifest in your life as well. So I have had people on other rune courses come to me and walk all the way through the runes, and then have stuff happen in their lives that they have been prepared for or ready for, but haven't maybe taken the steps. But the runes are kind of there to say, hey, we're with you, it's gonna be all right. And then things might even blow up a little bit or make changes. Like the energy of Thurisaz is to reorganize and make changes, and that can happen inside of you, it can happen outside of you, but nothing that you're not ready for. And then we get to Ansus with like order, out of the chaos into order. And then we go into Raido with direction, and then we go into Kennas with the creative force, and then we go to Gebo with the balance, and so on and so forth. So for example, I have pupils on my courses that have gone from not having a relationship to being in a relationship, and building a life together with a person. And then at the end of the course with Fehud, they have started their new life together, and find the direction that they want to go together. And this has happened all the way through the course, and the pupil has told me that it has really helped them to take steps forward, because the runes, you can't stop with the runes. You can walk with one rune a bit longer and one rune a bit less time, and you can go deeper with one rune and be surface level with one rune, but you keep moving forward. It's a wonderful way of life that I'm inviting you to join me in. So yeah, welcome to the tier of Apprentice. So how will this work? Let's go on to talk a little bit about that. So the course starts at the full moon, but if you become a member before that, you will also have access to some other videos that I will share with you to prepare you for the course. So of course these videos will be available later as well, but if you watch them before the full moon in January, when we start working with Urus, that might help you prepare for the course. So you can watch those videos after we have started working with Urus if you can't join me until like the 1st or 2nd or 3rd of January, but you have time because I have started the tier. So the first 10 people that join my tier Apprentice will get the first month for free. So that's my little surprise for you. Hi everyone, Editing Koala here. I just want to make sure that you understand, because I don't think I said it in the video, that to be able to join my tier Apprentice and get a first month free, you need to click the link in the description box or copy it and paste it into your web browser when joining, or into the app, or go to the Patreon app and then find my site, and there will be a link also in the feed, in the open feed for everyone to see on there. So you need to click the link to get the free month. Walking Beauty, Xingling. So now let's get into what you will be getting when you join me on the tier. So when we start off the course in January, and we invite Urus in a rune ceremony. So a rune ceremony is something I hold to honor a rune and to get to know a rune, and there can be different depths to it. But these rune ceremonies, the focus of those will be to help you invite the rune into your life and hopefully into your body, mind and heart, so that you can really feel the energies and walk with them. And so it's going to happen in a ceremonial setting, and this is going to be a live show. So I'm going to host the lives at 7 p.m. Central European time each time, and you can join me if you have the time to. I would love for you to join me live, but you have the option to watch the live afterward as well as a recording, and do it then. We invite the first rune of Urus for the full moon in January, and then we welcome the next rune. We change rune, because we walk with one at a time. We change rune to Thurisaz at the new moon in January, and then we walk with that rune until the full moon in February. So we change runes each new moon and full moon. And we do this for 24 runes, which will take all year. So all of 2026 we will walk with the runes. And then between the ceremonies that I host, I will also share videos. So for each rune that we walk with, I will share a video with information and my experiences with that rune, so that you have something to build upon. So everything that I have touched upon in my series here on YouTube for November and December, when I talk about the runes, everything that I touch upon, everything from the spiritual aspects of the rune to the elements of the rune to the gods and goddesses, everything that I have touched upon, unique aspects as well as common aspects, I will be getting back to. So if you, all the runes have unique aspects, so I will talk about those as well, but I will make sure that I include all of the information that you might feel you have been missing here on YouTube. So this is going to be an all-encompassing course, and if you have questions about the rune, if you watch one of the videos and you're like, okay, but what about this, or how does this work, and what do you mean by this, then you write those down, and then the next rune ceremony will start off with talking a little bit about the past rune and the energies of that rune and how it's been. So you have the opportunity to share your thoughts and your experiences with the past rune at the beginning of each rune ceremony, and also ask questions. And then we thank that rune and leave that for now, and so that we can invite the next rune. So we don't just change the rune and leave it hanging. Oh no. So you will have the opportunity to ask questions at that point if you are joining me live. On this tier you will also have access to a chat that is specific to this course. It will be a joint chat with the Swedish course on the Swedish tier, because I'm gonna have a tier with Swedish content, the exact same content but Swedish. They will also get a rune ceremony in Swedish. They will also get a video in Swedish touching upon the same subjects. So the chat, I will have a chat that is that connects these two tiers, so that you will have access to talking to more people, but you will also that you can ask questions there, and then I can bring them up in the rune ceremonies. So, and I can do this for both. So if someone in Swedish asks a question, I'm like, oh, that's a really good question, I can bring that up in the English rune ceremony as well, so that nothing goes amiss, you know. So yeah, that's kind of how it's gonna work. So we're gonna walk from Urus to Fehu and it's gonna take all year, and we're gonna invite the runes in rune ceremonies, and we're also gonna thank them, and we're gonna work with the different aspects all through the year, and I'm gonna share videos on each rune so that you get more knowledge about them. So yeah, join my tier Apprentice today, tomorrow, and make sure to maybe be one of those first 10 so that you can get the first month for free. So yeah, that's what I wanted to talk about. If you have any questions, put them in the comment section, or ask me. If you are already a member on Patreon, you can ask me there. If you're already a paying member on Patreon, you do have an access to both a private chat and a community chat, and you can ask questions there about this course and this tier before you join if you are unsure. So ask any questions. I want you to be sure. I want you on my course, and I will see you there. Walk in beauty until we meet again. Tjingeling.